Hi students, so welcome to the discussion of Daily Nuggets 5, and this passage is in the context of the Indian society that I have picked up. It came in the Times of India newspaper, I believe, not in the editorial section although. So these were the questions. Which of the following are true as per the passage? As per the passage, who out of the following is the most likely candidate to fall prey to the extortion? So this looks a question which is based on some parallel reasoning kind of stuff. As per the passage, all of the following acts as facilitator of sextortion in India, except as per the passage, which of the following is untrue with respect to social engineering? The passage primarily deals with. So the 5 answers are given, and I'm sure that you would have got at least 4 of them right. This is the passage. Now, this passage is very different from the other passages that we have solved so far. I hope you must have noticed it yourself. What's the difference in this passage as respect to the other 4 passages that we have done so far. So you can, if you want, you can read the passage once more. You can stop the video and do so before you proceed to my discussion. So let us see what is the passage about. Now, if you know how this passage is different from the other passages, this passage it has very less author's opinion. Unlike the passage number 4 that we did, this has very less author's opinion, and it is more of a description of something. Premise: there are a lot of facts and description and inference also at some places that author has used. So facts, description, inference, that's how author has built up the passage, but basically it is more of fact and description. What has author done here? Author has introduced a crime, explained its modus operandi, and cited reason for its rise. Let us quickly read the passage and try to understand what are the important elements. Nondescript towns in Rajasthan and Haryana like Mewat, Bharatpur, Alwar are spinning a diabolical revolution. So author is calling something as diabolical. School dropout teenage children and their uneducated but cunning masterminds run sextortion rackets that span across several countries and earn millions. Police officers, politicians, businessmen have all fallen prey to their machinations. India witnessed more than 500 cases of sextortion daily, making it the sextortion capital of the world. So see, there is nothing what we can call as author's opinion. All are facts. Only thing which we can say is that his opinion is diabolical, calling something as diabolical. But you know, you don't have to pick each and every word. We need to understand the gist of the paragraph. So this is a fact. Author is saying that India is becoming sextortion capital of the world, and many cases are being registered daily. If we look at the second paragraph, the sextortionists zero in on relatively affluent men aged 45 to 60 years, grappling with sexual monotony of mid-age crisis. Weeks or even months of digital reconnaissance missions are launched to identify the targets and gather. Again, all facts. What are being done? These things are the modus operandi, or modus operandi means how they function, how they identify the victim, and then what do they do with the victim. So entire passage is about, if you see, the modus operandi of the sextortionist. The next paragraph again talks about the same thing. The scammers then entice and induce them to indulge in video calls of sexual orientation. So if you see, paragraph number 1 and 2 are facts. Paragraph number 3, 4, and 5, they basically talk about how do they operate, what's the modus operandi. Paragraph number what's this paragraph 1 to 5, 6. Yeah. So paragraph number 6 tells me the reason that why this is becoming so widespread in India, and I can only find one opinion that is also towards the end. Sextortion is traumatizing, terrifying, and dehumanizing violation that feeds off victims' shame and societal stigma. More often than not, the ordeal ends up with victim killing himself herself. Although, you know, I'm marking it as author's opinion, but again, the entire paragraph, if I understand this particular line in the context of entire paragraph, not a very important line, although this is author's opinion. Usually I say that, you need to focus on the author's opinion, but in this particular paragraph, there is less of opinion. All right. So there are places in which author is tried to draw inference also. Okay. These are the places where we can say that author is trying to draw the inference that smartphones, because there are a lot of smartphones. In fact, this area, the paragraph number 5, with over 70 crore smartphones in India, the pastures for spreading and tentacles for sextortion are widespread. This, coupled with extreme hypocrisy and stigma attached to sexual desire in Indian society, facilitate a congenial breeding ground to entrap the unsuspecting victims. So these are the areas where I can say that author has tried to infer that because of the smartphones and the hypocrisy attached or something of that sort, sextortion is the people are getting trapped in this sextortion. So a simple passage as far as the content is concerned. What is the main idea? Content is sextortion in India. What is author's judgment? In fact, he has not given his own judgment. He has simply described and explained what is happening. What is the writing style? Writing style is not argumentative, not analytical. Of course, author has not given his opinion, so it can't be argumentative. Author has not analyzed in detail. Author is simply, analysis means it should have plus and minus, and also what author thinks on the topic. All the things should be present here. Author has simply described that what is happening, how many cases are there in India per day, why there are rise in the number of cases, who are the people who are being targeted, and how are they being targeted. All these things are being mentioned, and this is descriptive kind of writing, right? So writing style is descriptive, and the main idea is sextortion in India, and author has described and explained how this is happening in India, right? So let us see the question. Which of the following are true as per the passage? India is biggest breeding ground for sextortion. These words, biggest. It says that India is the capital of the sextortion capital of the world. But can I say it's biggest breeding ground out of context? Can't say about breeding ground. School dropout teenage children are the mastermind behind sextortion racket. A scrambled option. Why scrambled option? Because it's not the school dropout teenage children. If I read the line properly, school dropout teenage children and their uneducated but cunning masterminds. So the masterminds are not school dropout teenage children, but someone else. People from diverse field are falling prey to sextortion. Yes. Police officers, politicians, businessmen, doctors have all fallen prey to it. So answer is option number C. As per the passage, who out of the following is the most likely candidate to fall prey to sextortion? Let me see what is being mentioned. The thing that is mentioned is that the sextortion is zero on relatively affluent men, aged 45 to 60, grappling with sexual monotony of mid-age crisis. These are the things. Let us see. A school dropout, wealthy businessman, aged 60. So wealthy is given. Age is okay because it falls into the range. Who has obsession to stalk female profiles on social media. So can I say if somebody is obsessed to stalk female profile, that person is grappling with sexual monotony of the mid-age crisis? Can I say that? I mean, debatable. I'm not ruling it out. I'm keeping it as one of the options, but I will see. A leading lawyer, aged 50, who is grappling with the common issue that plague a mid-age person. Common issues that plague a mid-age person. A leading lawyer. A leading lawyer means indirectly it is wealthy. A leading lawyer. Aged 50, yeah, age falls into the range of 45 to 60. Grappling with the common issues that plague a mid-age person. Now, what is being mentioned? Grappling with sexual monotony of mid-age crisis. That means sexual monotony, the way it is written, that means sexual monotony is a common occurrence in mid-age. How is it written? Grappling with sexual monotony of mid-age crisis, which suggests that it is not uncommon in the mid-age to go through the sexual monotony. And this also talks in different word, the common issue is sexual monotony that plague a mid-age person. Looks a very good option. So A and B, we will see later on why I'm saying B is the right answer. An affluent politician aged 55 who was once convicted for sexual offense against a woman. So he was once convicted. But can I say that he is grappling with sexual monotony right now? Two things are being satisfied, affluent and age. I can't say anything about mid-age monotony. A villager aged 45 who is gullible and hence shares a lot of personal information on the social media platform. A very tempting option, because if he shares a lot of personal information, then he can be easy trap. But this is not my criteria at all. It has nothing in option number D. Nothing gives me a suggestion that he is wealthy. Only thing is age is perhaps right. Also, nothing tells me that he is going through the sexual monotony of the mid-age crisis. So these two things can't be the answer. Now let us look at A and B. A school dropout. Why is this required, by the way? Anyways, a school dropout, wealthy businessman aged 50 who has obsession to stalk female profiles. So can I say that if I stalk, or if anybody stalks a female profile, that person is grappling with the sexual monotony? Or can I say B suggest me that there is some common issues can be sexual monotony of a mid-aged person? So which of the two is more defendable? It is option number B. I can't equate stalking equivalent to the mid-age crisis. Anybody stalks female profile, anybody can stalk anybody's profile, so it has nothing to do with mid-age crisis alone. All right, so answer is option number B, because it fulfills all the three criteria. As per the passage, all of the following acts as facilitator of sextortion in India except high penetration of smartphones. Given smartphones are large in number and commonly used. Stigma associated with sexual desires, again it is given. Lack of sex education. Okay, is it given? This is not given. So answer is option number C. It may be something which exists in the real world. If you have marked none of the above, then you have fallen into a trap. Something which may be real in the world and which makes you believe that this is the reason why people are falling into trap. But as per the passage, there is nothing being talked about the lack of sex education in India. Next. As per the passage, which of the following is untrue with respect to social engineering? Untrue with respect to social engineering. So social engineering is given in this particular paragraph. Let us see. At this stage, technological aspects are kept in back burner and a psychological technique called social engineering is employed to gain the trust of gullible victim. Social engineering refers to psychological tricks used by culprits to manipulate victims through deception and fraud. It is a technique to gain trust of the victim, given in the passage. It is employed to gain trust. It refers to psychological trick, again given. It involves deception and fraud, it is also given. It has technological aspect to it, not given. In fact, opposite is given. Technological aspect are kept in back burner. That means it has nothing to do with technological aspect. So answer is D, easy question. The passage primarily deals with reason for high number of sextortion cases in India, discussing on why sextortion is dehumanizing, the modus operandi of sextortionists in India, the gullibility of mid-age Indian males. Very broad option, option number D, rule it out, the gullibility of mid-age Indian males. Discussion on why sextortion is dehumanizing. Author is simply stated one particular line that it is, it could be dehumanizing, but definitely not the primary purpose. Reasons for high number of sextortion, author is given the reason, but again not the primary reason. The primary thing that author is discussed is the modus operandi, and through the modus operandi, he has said that what helps this modus operandi is the high number of smartphones and the stigma associated with the attached to the sexual desires in the Indian society. So author has given reasons here, but definitely reasons are not the primary purpose. The primary purpose is telling the modus operandi, and reason is just one part of that modus operandi, that why this modus operandi is successful. So answer is option number C. So that is it from my side, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood all the 5 questions in this particular passage.